Greetings, adventures and foodies. A few weeks back I did this build. A build that was revolved around getting from 1 to 60 as fast as humanly possible without using a aura of experience. But the problem with this build was, of course, it had shitty DPS in the end, I'm sorry to say. It was a extremely good build for leveling and prestiging, and you could do it in 1 hour every single time. But then I was thinking, we can one-up that, can't we? And I made a poll, and let's just say I had a slither of hope that the last point here would win, and I love democracy. So this was the result I came up with. Yeah, 30k, and let's just say it's basically the same build, except it's not, because hold on, how did we go from this guy doing 10k and the same concept, but then we're suddenly doing 30k DPS, and how did we evolve this little kitty cat into like this danger noodle just dishing out extreme numbers, and this can be taken even further? Well, it all starts, of course, here with this little darkness called Chromie, and let's just say hello to her. And then we're gonna head over to level 1 and get started. And as you all know, there's a few things we gotta talk about first. We gotta talk about which carded abilities I took and everything, and well, as you all know, you are gonna see a picture on your screen right about now. So for the level 1 abilities, we went away and got Swipe, we got Feral Charge, and we got Claw, and we got Arcane Intellect. Then for the carded abilities, we went with Danger Noodle Form, we went with Fell Infused Weapon, Gold Wrench Fury, Serpent Venom, Seething Flames for talented cards as first pick, Ferocity, Mental Quickness, and Malphasat's Malediction Vitality. And then there's this one, a little odd one without anything, and we're gonna discover later why this is not the most important. That's probably these three here, sorry, these two. But this is going to be at least 30 to 40% of our DPS. Yeah, think about that. And you're probably thinking, oh, hold on, what is this going to do for us? Feral Instinct, that's not very good. Oh, trust me, we're gonna break it. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, and let's just agree that I did pick up Serpent Form at level 10 first, and yeah, it was absolute garbo to level up. Because you had to go around and white hitting every single mob until you could get your level 10 ability. So that we did. And while I suffered in the background here, as you can see, and the clock is ticking and soon saying 2 minutes, we're going to go about and talk about the wish list for what talents and abilities you want to keep an eye out for while leveling, and for when you get till max level. So you should see a picture on your screen right about now here. And before we get into a deep dive on the things here, there are 2 things I want to highlight, and that's the Tiger's Fury for abilities, and for talents it's the King of the Jungle. If you get these 2 talents, then you are golden. That's probably like the best things you can get, especially the talents, the King of the Jungle. That's the best thing absolutely you can get for the build, and if you get that, you're set, basically. King of the Jungle Capstone reduces the global cooldown of your cat abilities by 0.5 seconds, meaning you can spam your abilities more, meaning, yeah, you get it, you can do more damage. So one might even, for Amalthasar's Malediction, swap in King of the Jungle. That's how good it is. And the Tiger's Fury might be swappable with the Serpent Venom also. So that's how good they are. I really considered these two very badly for guaranteed slots. However, I went with the other Serpent Venom, and I went with Amalthasar to have a more procs on it. But those two are definitely contenders, and if you really want to have a more solid experience, I'd say go with those. If you want a RNG based feeling, go with the Amalthasars and the Serpent Venom, and the Serpent Venom better for the single target, and then you could swap out Amalthasars only and get King of the Jungle. So yeah, that's kind of up to you how you want to go about it, but definitely those two I want to highlight. They are the best. So if there was an extra tier, so to say, of abilities and talents, I would put those in that separately. So moving on, we're going to start talking about abilities. First of all, of course, you get buffs in the green section for King, Smite, etc. Then for the rare section, you're getting interrupts, movement skills, anything like it. That's a movement skill that's not dash. Then for the epic, you want things like Mangle, Dash, anything like it, and of course the Tiger's Fury. And I've put in Cataclysm, and as it's a fire spell, and then you want stuff like instant non-global cooldown buffs, and for here I'm talking like Incarnation, Blade Flurry, stuff that doesn't trigger a global cooldown, so you can keep swiping and you can macro those into the actual swipe in order to save you using actual abilities, clicks on your keyboard, and wasting a global cooldown where you could swipe to get more procs with all your proc abilities, procable talents. That's a lot of procking. Moving on to the talent section, we're gonna put Unbounded, Deathbringer, and Death Healer in the green section, as those are nice to have, but this is kind of like a dungeon runner, and of course if you get them, they're really nice for doing Mana Storm, and this is kind of like one of those builds that's gonna be very fast from 1 till 50 Mana Storms, as you can just proc everything to smithereens. Infected wounds, increased physical damage multipliers, they are pretty nice to get. It's not the most important ones to get, but they're nice to get, as we're a hybrid character with Agi and spell power. Well, this is kind of okay to get increased fist, but it's not gonna make your day. Feral Quake, Feral Shadow Charge, they are nice to have if you're playing a cat or bear form build with Feral Charge, and yeah, they're just generic good. Other than that, if you get a pet, any sort, I got the Felguard, but if you get a beast, if you get elemental, get respectable pet talents that boost you, not your pet, you, because your pet's gonna do absolutely nothing in DPS, but you want the talents that increase your damage, either by percent increased damage, crit chance, or whatever you can get. Boomer are placed here because if you want to trigger Boomer, you need stuff like Cataclysm, which is a fire-based ability. Without a fire-based ability, you can't directly trigger Boomer, and that's why it's down here, not up in the legendary tab. Moving on to the epic, and that's where it gets quite fun actually. Overheated Strikes, Righteous Zealots, Tainted Swipe, they're kind of like, they're nice, but they're more, Righteous Zealot is a single target, Tainted Swipe is only each 10 seconds, so that's kind of not super reliable. Overheated Strike is not gonna dish out extreme amount of damage, but it's nice little extra bonus. Improved Mangle is very nice if you get Mangle in the abilities, as it is basically reducing the cooldown of Goldrin's Fury and Tiger's Fury whenever you hit with Mangle, but that's a 3 to 4 second cooldown, anything like that. And then you want stuff like increased damage of any type, like Fire, Frost, or Holy if you get something like Purification of Light. Then you want talents that give you hit power, and of course attack power talents, like there's the one with the feral forms where you get 150% of your level as attack power while in feral forms. And of course for the legendary talents you want Stormbringer, Purification by Light, Harbinger Flame, stuff that procs on hit. That's gonna be a ginormous boost if you get any of those three. If you get all three, wow, that's gonna be absolutely god tier build. Then not god tier, but you get what I mean. And then you want Primal Precision. Primal Precision is an extra energy regen by 20%, so that's gonna be absolutely amazing to roll. But it's not one of those mandatory, but it's really gonna help you just top up that energy level. On my build, I actually reached a point where I barely run out of energy at any given point. From then on, you want spell power, of course. You want increased damage in cat form. There are a bunch of talents, so I'm not gonna list them all, but there are a bunch of talents that just flat out give you increased damage while in cat form. And if you start stacking like 6 or 8 of those together with some other talents, then all your base damage is suddenly being multiplied, and then your while in cat form, that's being multiplied by the increased damage in cat form, and that's just gonna scale up in the grand scheme. So of course you also want a ton of crit. The more crit you have, the better it is basically. So yeah, that's about it. And then moving on to the mystic enchantments that we are getting for this time. We are going to get the Primal Precision. As mentioned before, that's the talent that gives energy regen, and this talent also comes in a mystic enchant form. And this gives 3%, so basically it's 9% energy regen flat. Combine that together with the vitality, which gives 6%, then suddenly this becomes a ton of energy. Then we've gone ahead and got Ferocity. We got Wizard Swipe here. Then I got the Vigor. They're probably a better thing than Wizard Swipe, but we gone ahead and got Vigor, some hit talents, and then we got these focused attacks. As I really barely run out of energy, and I haven't seen it dip below 40 at any point that I noticed, really, and saying you're out of energy. Well, you could probably swap these out for some specific swipe Mystic Enchant, World Forge Mystic Enchants, that would be better for you. There's the attack one that gives you attack power and restore rage and energy. That's probably much better than these. So yeah, that's about it for the Mystic Enchantments. So yeah, let's get on with the leveling, and as promised, this is a 2.0 of the speed leveling. So of course, well, we're gonna try and hit level 60 in less than 1 hour. So should we speed this up just a tiny little bit and move along so you can see how bad I am in speed mode? Yeah, let's do that. Of course, there's a little timestamp if you want to skip it. See you in a second. And with this, we're now level 60, and we did it in 59 minutes and 55 seconds, so just under 1 hour. As you can see, so it was right on spot. However, that still doesn't explain a lot about how we went from this little kitty cat and onto this, just with the build and everything leveling. So yeah, let's take a look at how the build actually works now. And for that, we of course have to jump into the game. Hello. And just so you all guys can see it, as mentioned in the start, this alone is the most important thing at all. And now I'm going to show you why. First of all, of course, it's the swipe damage is increased by 30%, which alone is extremely nice. And of course, next to that, we have the increase all damage dealt while in Tiger's Fury by 3%. I don't know if this is double dipping, but if someone can tell me in the comments, that would be nice. But at least 3% while Tiger's Fury is active. We did roll Tiger's Fury, so that's nice and all. But if I hold shift over Goldrin's Fury, it states that it increased my shadow damage, which is not something we have a lot of. But when dealing damage with cat ability supplies Arubu's gift, which is the dot thingy you can see, which stack up to 3 times. And this is a Tiger's Fury modifier. So let's just try and pull that over here and use it separately in our snake form here, our danger noodle form. So you can see it here and here. So I'm just gonna use it here. This alone lasts for 30 seconds. That's a long Tiger's Fury. Next to that, remember this capstone bonus for this one is whenever you deal damage with swipe, it reduces the cooldown of Tiger's Fury by 1 second. So alone with a 30-second duration, 1 minute cooldown, swipe being on a global cooldown, that's about a second. Perhaps probably less than that. We can actually keep this up permanently, but it gets better. And that's why you need Tiger's Fury too, because it adds damage to your attacks and just a flat increase of damage. And you wonder, why is that? Because it's not whenever swipe is dealing damage by a 1 second. It's every swipe damage instance, which reduces it by 1 second. So please watch these two right here as I'm going over here. I'm not going to charge in, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to start swiping and you can see what I mean. Just look at how fast these reduces in cooldown. This is a 30-second, this is a 1 minute cooldown. Look at how fast it's going to be ready. I'm swiping now. Yeah, that's not 30 seconds. I'm swapping, sorry, 1 second at a time I'm swapping here. That's like 7. And as you can see, our Tiger's Fury is ready. Yeah. Of course, don't mind the DPS here, that's because we don't have Fill Infused weapon on. But still, without Fill Infused, we're popping 20k here. And as you can see, swipe is actually quite a big deal of it. But yeah, as you can see, we're never going out of Tiger's Fury. We're always keeping Goldrin's Fury up. And that's where your damage is. Now imagine if we could further reduce the global cooldown of swipe with King of the Jungle. Yeah. Then you can start to see why this will completely pop off in any directions. Then it's only a matter of how much injury you get. So yeah, that's why it's broken. And now I'm just gonna pop this, give us some intellect buff, and pop this down, pop this, and yeah, as you can see here, instantly we have a bugged DPS meter. There we go. Yeah, instantly we're about 25 to and up till 30k DPS. And that's without our cooldowns, which we just used here. So, also, if you get your Dragon Charge, you don't have a global cooldown, so you can just pop it and get the extra. So, that's nice. And as you can see, just solid 25k DPS on the dummies. And that's what you can expect. But hold on, is this all the abilities that I rolled with just my free, like all the free notes and free prestige, talent scrolls and everything I get? Oh no, for this build I went ahead and I used a few here and there. And this is what it looked like with just free rolls, but oh, we can do better. And that we did. So yeah, I was thinking to myself, free rolls is not enough. And this is gonna take too long time. So I spent around a whooping 200k marks. So we kinda like get to the medium end build now. And I was thinking to myself, nah, this is not enough to showcase this build, and we really need a proc. So yeah, here we are again after I farmed a bit more. And yeah, I spent another 69k. Sorry, 96k marks. And this is what it ended up with. A snake Andy that's not a your classic poison stacking snake danger noodle build, and it's not the fire car. It's a cat-based build that does a lot of proccing, and don't worry, if you don't have the snake form, you can still do just fine with just your regular cat. The snake form just does a teeny bit more damage. So, I really hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something today. And if you liked the video, make sure to leave a comment with your thoughts upon it. And I really hope that everyone can try this build out, because it's definitely a contender. And the more of these proc talents that you get, and if you get the King of Jungle, well, you can be the King of Jungle in Azeroth. So, without further ado, let's wrap this up. And I'm gonna say to you all, stay legendary.